Hi there, my name is Louis Jeffrey and I am the chairman of Houston United Football Club. Part of my role is to set the aims and objectives of the club together with the committee. When you're setting a direction, it's often informed by your own background. Myself, I was brought up in Linwood and I was always interested in sport, but I was late getting into football. I joined the local club, which was already at capacity, and it didn't really have space for me at that stage, so I didn't get much game time and I drifted away. I later joined the Air Training Corps, and I represented my squadron, and then later my wing, and then later the Scottish Air Training Corps. This taught me that football can be for everyone if they find the right level. I later joined the police and I learnt then that communities can often fail, and the consequences of when a community fails. This often results in hooliganism, and I became fascinated with this. I studied criminology and sociology as part of a law degree, and that often explained that where children don't have positive role models or where they don't feel engaged with their community, they can feel anonymous. And that leads to hooliganism and disorder. When my son was born, I was keen to get him into football so that he would enjoy it as much as I did. I think I was sometimes more enthusiastic than he was. I took him along to the village football club, and although at times he seemed uncoordinated, he wasn't at the level of some of the other boys. After a while, the team suggested that my son and a couple of other boys should go away from the club because they didn't have the capacity anymore. So I decided to start a development squad. And what was most fascinating was that we asked boys in the area, born 2003, if any of them would like to play football, as long as they didn't have to undergo a trial and there would be no selection process. We were quite amazed when over a period of time we had 36 boys came along and joined our club, and they thrived. They loved it. We tried to make football fun. We tried to make them enjoy it as much as they could, and we grew from strength to strength. In 2012, the club was struggling for numbers and was faltering. It had 6 coaches and 45 players over 3 year groups. I was asked to take over as chairman. We decided if we were going to improve the club, we had to put in place strong governance and processes. So we've introduced audited accounts, we introduced a website for the majority of our management. We strove for a quality mark, we put an emphasis on coach education, and slowly we built the club up. Now I'm pleased to report we have over 450 players, we have 45 coaches, and we have 8 year groups, including a soccer academy and an amateur team and a thriving girls section. The club is going from strength to strength. It's largely down to the volunteers that we have. So the 2003 team that originally started in 2012 certainly did develop. 2016 they got to the semi-final of the Scottish Cup, and they're currently holding their own level 2 in the Paisley Johnstone District League. They became a good group of friends, and they certainly support one another. When one of the boys' fathers died, the club tried to provide positive role models We grieved together and his friends were a support to him. So as a club, we're inclusive and welcoming. We try to be patient and focus on processes and not outcomes. While we like to produce good footballers, it's not our primary focus. We want to produce happy, well-mannered, well-socialised individuals who feel a sense of belonging and feel that they're part of something that they can take strength from. But to continue to provide sport for all, we require to provide facilities, we require more volunteers, and we need the help of our community. We certainly can't do it on our own. So although the club is in a healthier position than it was in 2012, we still have a long way to go. Redundant parks in the area require to be reinstated, and Ardgrife Park presents a great opportunity to create the first grass playable park in our area. So on a final note, my uncoordinated 8-year-old is now 15. He's 6'4" and he's athletic build, and he was selected for the Scottish Youth Football Association West Region team. And later got signed Pro Youth under 16 with Morton, where he's currently the top goal scorer. So sometimes when you dig a deep foundation and a broad foundation, it lets you build higher. Thank you.